Now we will create a business adapter that updates user email address in the alt email field. And from the user import record, we'll look at the enterprise groups of the user and update the enterprise groups themselves, the location, cost center, and corporate unit. So back to our Flex Beacon VM, going to launch the Beacon application itself. From the beacon, we'll create a new business adapter. From the templates, this time we'll choose the user template. Give it the name of update alt email. Use the current Windows account, hit save. We'll make the business adapter studio bigger. And you can see on the left panel, we have other tables that we can update through this business adapter template. And it has all of the attributes for users mapped to some field, some arbitrary field that we're going to have to alter to the ones in our CSV file or to make it null for those that we're not updating. Looking at the properties of the file itself, when we use a template, it defaults to encrypted connection information. We want to turn that off in our case. For the file name, click and select the email update adapter data file. Also click on first row contains column names and then turn on the activate tracking for each of the record types. Also on the CSV file, need to load the fields. So property list has been loaded. So now when I do the drop down for the columns for tracing, I can select the tracing column account name. Now we can load the data. You can see we're using the flexcustomer.com domain. We're going to bring in the location, office location, department, corporate unit, or office location description information in the cost center. And we're going to take this email address and update the alt email. Since the user's already got an email, we'll go ahead and take this email address and just update a different field. So we'll start with updating the user table itself. So I'm going to reduce or collapse all these other fields. And on user, we're going to update object in the database. The object ID is user out ID, and the update role is reject duplicate records. Now we're not going to update all these tables, so we can remove the ones that we're not going to touch. So we're going to get rid of category, get rid of manager, and domain. We are going to update location, business unit, and cost center, and the user record itself. So if I go to location, I want to update existing objects in the database. I want to create new objects in the database, and for the update rules, I want to reject new records. In the name field for location, we'll leave the source as a field value. The field that we want to map to is location. We're going to use it for matching, and we're going to discard the record. We're data transformation read-only is forward, and for advanced properties, we're going to do nothing if the value is missing. So now that's set. If I go to the ID field, the field value of location out ID is correct. Update rule, never update property is okay. We'll keep the check for matching data, and we won't use this property for searching. Read orders forward, and advanced properties do nothing. So that is fine. And on the description field, we're going to update this to office location. And always update this property, and the rest are fine. Now move on to the business unit. Clicking on business unit itself, we're going to update existing objects in the database, leave the create. Object ID is fine, and we're going to reject duplicate records. For the name itself, this will be the corporate unit, and we will never replace an existing value with a blank. Match is fine, discard record is fine, the other fields are fine. If the value is missing, no, I think we should do nothing. For the ID field, we want the update rule to never update the property. We want to use it for matching. We don't want to use this for searching. and the values do nothing, so that field is fine. And then on the description field, we're going to look for department and always update the property, and the rest of the values are fine. So now on to cost center. We'll click on the update. The rules should be reject duplicate records. If I click on the name, it's going to be the cost center hierarchy, and then we'll never replace an existing value with a blank. Discard the record is fine, forward, and do nothing if it's missing. The cost center ID field, the cost center out ID is fine. We'll never update the property. We'll check that we use this for matching, and we will not use it for searching. Forward and do nothing is fine. Then the description for the cost center is going to be cost center itself. There we go. Always update this field and do nothing if it's missing, and that's fine. So now we have the enterprise groups getting updated or created. Now on the user record, we're going to update all of these fields either to the correct field name that maps to the CSV file or to null if we're not updating it. The lab has a list of the fields, what the values should be. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this now in sort of a super fast mode, just so you can see the changes and you don't have to wait for me to do this in real time. Now the inventory source will be a little bit different in that I just want to put a fixed value here. And this will update each record, and I just want to put what the update source is. So update user alt email, just so I know how it got updated. And now our fields are updated, so you can see some have the green indicators that there's a property there, and then some are blank. Now I can go back up to the user object, right click, and add a log. Then click save, close the adapter, save in the beacon, hit OK. Now I can assign this update email adapter to a schedule. I'll use our normal schedule, hit save, hit OK. Then I'll go ahead and execute now just to get the data rolling. So there's our last run date. And I should be able to see this kickoff in Flexera 1. So return back to Flexera 1, go to data collection system tasks. And if it's kicked off yet, it will appear here. So it looks like I needed to kick off the scheduled task to update third-party inventory to kick off this business adapter. And I noticed that it failed. Use for matching on the user was not set. So I took a look at the business adapter itself under account name, and I indeed see that it's not set up for, so I missed this part of the lab. It's not set up for matching. So turn it on now, and if not found, discard the record. Okay, that's fine, discard the record. So I'm going to resave this. Also on the account name, I need to set that if the value is missing that we should do nothing. Now I can save it. Now exit, save in the beacon, hit OK, click on it, click execute now, go to my scheduled tasks, give everything a run, return to Flexera 1, refresh the screen. This is set to show last run, so if it kicks it off, we should have some activity, and now it's importing. So did a refresh and see that I've got it completed with errors. Looking at the stats, I've matched 12 locations, 12 business units, 12 call centers. And what I was trying to do is update that description field. So these show that they were updated. I also updated 200 users, and I have one sort of rejection message. If I click on that link, it tells me that one of my rows is null. I don't think I've really got a row 201, so I think it's just one row too many in the spreadsheet. So now if I go look at organization, all IT asset users, and I bring in the alt email, let me do a restore default here. Actually, I should probably keep that and bring in the alt email. There it is, first one. Hit the simple filter and make this not empty. Now you can see all my flexcustomer.coms, 210 of them have an alternate email updated, and the locations are filled out. And if I go to locations, for instance, the description field should be filled out as well. So you can see the descriptions actually have names rather than the word office or region as it was before.